Chickens in general are just not attractive. I mean, can we look at this? It's ugly. Everything about it is just ugly. So we're gonna do as much as we can to get it into the oven as quickly as possible. So in this little bowl here, just a little bit of softened unsalted butter, a little parsley, and a little bit of lemon zest. Take that. We're gonna take some of the juice. We're gonna squeeze in a touch of that. Great. So we're gonna give this a quick mix. Now this salad, when I tell you, it was, I mean, six days a week sometimes. I think there were probably times where I had it more than once a day. And so as long as it fits into my life and it satisfied all the needs that I needed it to, I will stick with it as long as it serves me purpose. And so my entire time in Chicago, about 3.5 years, I ate this salad very, very often. Okay, if you want something slightly more advanced or a little challenge, you could certainly do duck confit. So you have a whole duck, you use the breast, you make this beautiful duck à l'orange, or however the French say it, you know. And then take the legs, you cure it, confit them, which means cook it in its own fat, pick it, and that recipe is in my book, Kristen Kish Cooking Recipes and Techniques. Okay, so our butter is all ready to go. Next, we are going to take our chicken and stand them up. Okay, so a little bit of salt, some ground pepper, and then we're going to take herbs. So I have parsley stems. Whenever you're using parsley, I love fresh parsley torn on salads or just chopped up to finish the sauce, but always keep the stems because they have tons of flavor. And then we have a little fresh rosemary and some thyme. We're gonna take this entire bundle, we're gonna tuck them in. Great. So next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take an onion that's just been halved, stuff that in there. We're gonna add the garlic, a squeeze of the lemon, so get all that juice out. We'll use leftover from our butter. And then we're gonna use the lemon as a stopper of all this other stuff. So once we tie up the legs, it kind of keeps all that moisture in and it steams the inside of the cavity and really releases all the flavors and lets the aromatics perfume the chicken from the inside. Now, we're gonna add the butter. So to do that, we just kind of take this skin, we gotta release it just a touch. And again, if you don't wanna do this, you can certainly buy rotisserie chickens. They're fantastic from the grocery store if you don't wanna cook it yourself. Okay, so we're slowly and very carefully releasing the skin from the meat. This is also easier to do when the chicken skin is a bit dry. So we've created essentially this pocket. Now, we're gonna take our butter, kind of get it in there. Stuff it all the way in. And then we're gonna push the skin right over the top. And now we're just gonna push the butter down. Start to massage it all the way down. And it's important to keep most of the fat and the butter up at the top. You want a good coating and a good layer of fat. The more fat that constantly bastes it as it cooks is a good thing. We have our butter evenly distributed, and I think we're in a good place. All right, so next, we need to get these little legs to close. So we truss a chicken for a lot of different reasons. We truss it for even cooking. We truss it for just appearance. We truss it when we have stuffing in there and we don't want it to fall out. Now in culinary school, one of the very first things you kind of learn is how to truss a chicken. I'm not gonna lie, I tend to do it different every single time. It's like, you know, we've all seen the videos where you go under here and then you go around and this is too much for me. I'm just gonna take one piece of string. And it's like when you're tying a shoe or like a present. If you go twice or even 3 times, when you tie it, it actually sticks there, so it's not gonna fall apart. So you can do it with just yourself and your 2 hands. So do a little knot, go around one more time. And a bow, because the chicken deserves it. And then these little wings, we're just gonna kind of tuck right underneath the backbone. Perfect. And so for me, this is a much easier way than trying to like bondage the chicken with all these different strings and crossing over the breast meat and whatever. Just tie the legs, make it nice and tight. Okay, so we're gonna take a little bit more salt, make sure we season the entirety of the outside. little bit of pepper. Okay, she's all buttoned up. We're gonna take a little bit of oil. We're gonna put a little on the top. Now, because the skin is nice and dry, now we need to add a little bit of fat. So as it cooks, it does crisp up. So we're gonna take a little of that oil. And I push in all that salt, all that pepper, massage everything back in together. Make sure all that butter is dispersed. And then I take the entire chicken and I put it on a grill rack. So if you don't have one of these at home, I would highly recommend this. One, it keeps the air circulating underneath the chicken, and two, it helps it cook a lot more even, because as the tray heats up, it's literally just a slab of metal and it will cook the bottom differently than the top. So this kind of keeps everything nice and flowy and even. So we're gonna wash up. Perfect. So I think I've read a couple times that people wash their chickens. There's no need. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's absolutely no need to wash your chicken. Just pat it dry and let it air out. I feel like this is the moment where it goes, ah, you know, like the angel singing. I won't sing, I'll spare you. Okay. Great, so the chicken is absolutely beautiful. It's golden, it's brown, it smells amazing.